Hello, welcome back to Hunter Tuned. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys my new property that I just bought. But we are starting the video off at the shop right now. Gonna just kind of show you guys that I sold a lot of stuff. In today's video, we are going to be just kind of talking to you guys, letting you know that I sold all my Hondas and bought a minivan. Yeah, so anyways, this closing date can't come soon enough, guys. It's been a couple weeks since we first looked at the house and stuff like that. And since I made the last video, I've sold quite a few of my cars. And I still have a few left that I'm going to be kind of discussing what we're gonna do with in the future. I really don't know what I'm gonna do. I kind of had to sell a lot of stuff to scrounge up some cash for the down payment, because it was kind of a hefty down payment to put down on this house. And I actually sold the Tesla as well and picked up a cheap Chrysler Town and Country. Not, you know, I'm not exactly thrilled about it. I really actually miss the Tesla a lot since we got rid of it, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do to, you know, do what you gotta do. So we got rid of a pretty expensive car and got a really cheap car. All right, so I'm at the shop now, and I just wanted to give you an update on what's all sold. I sold the all-wheel drive car. I sold the K-Swap sedan. I sold the Del Sol, and I sold the white hatch, and I think that's it. I sold my white Grom. I sold, yeah, and then of course we sold the Tesla just to make sure that we were going to have enough for the down payment, because you know, we don't really need the Tesla, but it is a really nice car to own, especially after you've had one for quite a while. You get kind of used to all the features and stuff, like not having to carry keys and all that kind of stuff. And I did sell the Turbo Grom as well, and I'm going to tell you guys a story about that here in a second. I'm going to go in the shop and kind of show you the bike. But yeah, we still got the Marketplace Civic and my blue hatch with the GSR and my red EG back there, which the red EG I'm probably going to scrap. I know that probably makes a lot of you cringe, but I listed it on my Facebook story for like 500 bucks and nobody's slid through to buy it. It pretty much needs rear everything. Like the whole rear of it is rotted out. So it's not really drivable, and it's not even a roller. It's like a slider. But I was thinking about parting it out. I sold the hood off of it, and I think I might sell a couple other parts. And I would totally be talking to you guys outside right now, but it is windy and like 100 degrees out. So I'm sitting in the air conditioning in the van. All right, guys, I just got the black hatch cleaned up. It's been sitting in the shop for quite a while, collecting dust. This is probably the cleanest hatch I own, and probably the cleanest one I've ever owned. It's got a fresh wrap on it. It's like showroom. It's gorgeous. Ceramic tinted windows. It's gone Kona yellow. Suspension. I want to get rid of more. I want to keep selling stuff because this new place that I bought, I just don't want as many projects, because clearly a lot of you probably don't even know that I even own this super clean black hatch. A lot of you probably don't even know it because over the years I've just collected so much stuff that I've never actually gotten attached to any one specific car and been able to like make a series on any of them, because I skip around so much and I'm just sick of it. The rest of the stuff that I have here, and that's another thing too, is like the more stuff that I just get rid of, the less I have to move, and it'll just help with this fresh restart that I'm doing with this new place. And to be completely honest, guys, and I know a lot of y'all probably don't want to hear this, I'm not going to be focusing on cars at the new house and new shop right away. I'm going to be focusing all my time and money, for the most part, into getting the shop exactly how I want it. This is actually going to be a longer term place to be at, and it's actually mine, so I want to actually spend some time and money making this place my own. And the Turbo Grom I did sell. So the kid came and bought this. I sold it so cheap, 4,500 bucks. This is like a $10,000 Grom, and it's got carbon fiber parts all over it, you know what I mean, CBR 250 engine swap, all that stuff. You guys have seen the video on this thing. Evil swing arm, driven racing rear sets, etc., etc. I sold it to a guy. I got it running pretty much the day he came and bought it, because it's been sitting for like, honestly, almost 2 years. Because like I said, I have so much stuff, it's annoying. And none of it gets any attention. So I sold this to a guy for 4,500 bucks, which is dumb cheap, and it was running great the day he bought it. I took it for a test drive right before he came. It was ripping, it was running just how it was when I parked it. And when I got back to the shop, I noticed that the radiator was leaking a little bit of coolant. So it was leaking coolant behind the cooling fan, like in one of the fins of the radiator. So the guy test drove it, and he came back and he saw that it was leaking coolant. And I said, hey man, you don't gotta buy it. I can just you know, fix the radiator or whatever, and then sell it to the next guy, because there was 100 people that wanted to buy it. So he said, nah man, it's no big deal with the coolant leak or whatever. I'll take it anyways, I gotta have it. So I sold it to him with the coolant leak. He was aware of it when he bought it, and he texted me that night and said the bike's got no compression. So I don't know, he must have continued to ride it with the coolant leak or something, and either blew the head gasket or cracked a sleeve in the cylinder, and now the bike has no compression. Hello, 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 welcome back to Hunter Tuned. I feel like this is probably the 15th intro that I've made, because I really don't know how to start this video off, other than saying thank you to all of you guys for all the support that you've given me over the years, and all the support on huntertune.com, and all the support with the tuning customers, and just overall your support in general has allowed me to be able to purchase this property, and I'm very thankful, very blessed, very fortunate, and I wanted to share it with you guys. It's been a little bit of a rough road getting to this point. The last 30 days or so has been probably the most stressed I think I've ever been in my entire life, just because we really saw this as like a dream for us and future, but there was a lot of roadblocks along the way, a lot of hurdles to get over, a lot of money spent in order to purchase this property, and I sold a lot of cars. Yeah, and thank you to everybody, even just for watching the videos or liking and subscribing, commenting, all that stuff really does help the channel, and it really helps me be motivated to continue making videos and stuff like that for you guys. So thank you again. So I wanted to start this video off just kind of starting at the beginning, and then I'll show you guys the property. I just wanted to give a little bit of a backstory on how we got this place and how God just kind of threw it in our hands. I don't think any of this would have been possible without his divine power and his divine intervention with all of this. So I am giving him a lot of credit for this, because it just literally fell in our lap, and defying all odds and everything against us, we ended up getting it, and I got the keys. So we closed yesterday, but anyways, 30 to 40 days ago, something like that, I don't remember exactly, me and Christine were driving around in our neighborhood where we live, and there's this house that we drove by, and we seemingly always drive past it and say to ourselves, wow, wouldn't that be nice to have that property? Wouldn't that be nice? But it was always a pipe dream, because, you know, if at all it went up for sale, it'd be out of our price range, etc. So one day we were driving around, and we saw the guy pounding the sign into the front yard, the for sale sign for this house. So I immediately whipped a Yui, and I called the guy that was on the sign. He told me the price of the property, and I told Christine, we could probably afford that. Like, we could probably do that. Took a tour of the house the same day, and I wasn't approved. I wasn't pre-approved. I don't even like barely have a established banking system set up. And I'm like, okay, yeah, we could probably afford it, but I highly doubt the bank's even gonna give us the money for it. So I called the bank and I told them my situation. I told them what I do, and I want a mortgage, and this house is like a dream for us, and this property would be really good for me and my business, and blah, 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 blah. Needless to say, the bank approved me being self-employed and stuff like that, which is, you know, kind of a tough thing sometimes with the banks, and you know, your taxes and stuff like that. A lot of times, like, businesses don't show a lot of income and whatever. So I went to the bank and they approved me, but the down payment was a hefty one. I had to put 20 or 25% down on this place. And, you know, I don't know about y'all, but it was a lot of money for me to try to come up with. And, you know, this whole property and all this stuff that's going on might not seem like much to you, but it does to me. And I just wanted to share this whole kind of story and experience with all of this. So the bank pre-approved me so I could then go to the seller of the house and make an offer. I get here, there was already like 5 or 6 different offers when we got to the property for the first day that it went live. I called prior to the house even getting listed for sale because they were just pounding the thing in the ground. The first day it was listed on the market, there was like 5 or 6 people already here and like 3 or 4 active offers on the property. Which, I don't know about y'all, but buying a house nowadays is like literally impossible. It's so stressful, and it's so like, it's such a competitive space to be in. It's just, it's frustrating. I did everything in my power, now knowing that I was pre-approved and that we could get a loan for the house. I did everything in my power to make it happen. So I got here, we were the first people to look at it. A couple of the other people that were interested in buying the property I talked to, because they're like locals around the area that, you know, that own other properties too. It wasn't like they were gonna come in here and move in or whatever. It wasn't gonna be that kind of thing. So I actually ended up going out of my way, finding the other people that like put bids on the place and talking to them and just being like, hey, this would be really cool for me and my business and blah, blah, blah. Kind of give them the sob story. And like, I think the second or third day that it was listed on the market, the actual seller of the property was here cutting the grass. And I stopped in and I just said, hey man, nice to meet you. You know, I just kind of gave him the sob story of like, hey, we would really like this property and it would be perfect for us and blah, 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 blah. So I did that with the seller and the people that were possibly interested in buying it. Maybe that's shitty of me, but I feel like you got to do what you got to do in this market to enable the seller to sell to you. And guys, I'm just so thankful. Praise God, man, that this is all over with. Because like I said, the last 30 days has just been, it's just been ripping on me, man. It sucked. So anyways, needless to say, we put in an offer that was over asking price and didn't have a lot of stipulations with it. And we waited a couple days after that, which this whole process, like every single day that goes by, it just like, it's so tough on you. It's so stressful just thinking about all of it. And oh, I don't even want to relive it in my head, to be honest. So we waited a couple days after we put in our offer, and we got a message from our realtor guy, and he said they accepted your offer. So then we're on cloud 9. We're just super excited. Everything's going great. Have to set up like the insurance and the whatever else, and just like all the legal stuff and the banking stuff and the insurance and all that kind of stuff we had to work through for the next, you know, whatever, earnest money, all that stuff, which is crazy. Yeah, all that was just a lot. So then everything's going great. We're approved and the loan is going smoothly. Then I get notified like a week before we're supposed to close that I had a judgment against me for a debt that I didn't pay like 10 years ago. that did not come up on my credit report. So I had to then call this debt collector that was like, it was like a $1,200 debt that I didn't pay. Like a year or 10 years ago. And like I said, nothing came up on my credit report. And when the bank ran all my stuff and approved me, they didn't look at this stuff. But the title company for the house looked at it, and the title company wouldn't title the house in my name until these judgments were satisfied. And the cases were closed on this debt that I didn't pay. It was from back in the day when I had my vaping business, and I had a credit card that I didn't pay when I closed the business. I didn't have a pot to piss in, I didn't have any money to my name, and I just didn't pay it. That's when I started my YouTube channel, actually, and I bought a GoPro Hero Session for like 150 bucks, and I just started filming in my dad's garage. Didn't have any money really, but I made videos, and it's crazy how it's come full circle, and I ended up paying that debt eventually. And it's just cool to be out of that hole and be into a new future that I've been doing. And it's just crazy to think back and look back on all the mistakes that I've made and how far that I've come. And now I'm supporting a stay-at-home mom and my son and a daughter on the way. And it's just been really cool, and never in a million years would I would have thought that I would have had $60,000 to put down on a property, but I did. And it's just, I'm not one to boast, but I'm proud of how far I've come, and I am giving myself a little bit of a pat on the back because I've worked my ass off, especially the last 30 days in order to do this, and worked my ass off the last 10 years to build what I have with the business and the YouTube channel and everything like that. So like I said, this may not seem like much to y'all, but it means a lot to me. And I'm sorry if this video is a little bit blabby and all over the place. I'm just trying to update y'all. So anyways, I had this judgment against me, and then I paid it immediately as soon as I was notified that, you know, the title company wasn't going to do this. And then I was notified that, like, I even had it on my record. I didn't think I even had anything on my record because the cases were all closed. But in the fine print, it said that the judgment wasn't paid. But the case was closed, so nothing came up on my reports, nothing came up on really anything when I was looking at my credit or for the banks. And I've gotten loans since all this. So it's just a crazy thing. So I paid it, and to this day, I'm still waiting on the satisfactory of the judgment for this letter. And I've called this debt collector place every hour on the hour for the last like 2 weeks to try to get them to give me this satisfied letter that it has been paid. And those guys have risen my blood pressure so high because they still haven't sent me the letter. It's just funny. Yeah, so anyways, that came up, and then whatever. Let's look at this freaking property. So anyways, I worked out something with the title company to show them that I paid it and showed them a paid receipt and whatever. So we ended up getting the property, and everything is all good. We closed on the house. It's ours. It's ours. And this is the first house that I've ever bought. Christine bought our first house under her name, and we have been renting a larger house from a family member for the last year or two, and it just hasn't felt right because it isn't ours. And you guys know I've been renting a shop for the last, you know, quite a while. So I've paid a lot of rent over the last, like, I don't even know how long it's been since I moved out of my dad's house, but it's been quite a while. And I've been paying rent every single month until this month. Now I'm paying on a mortgage, so I'm paying towards something. It's really cool to think of it that way. So yeah, I've been paying rent. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm blabbing so much, guys. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to give a backstory on a lot of this. And yes, it's a little bit smaller than the shop that I've been renting with Trevor, but this one's mine. I can set it up how I want. You know, I don't have to worry about landlords or anything like that kicking me out or anything happening with the property. This is mine, so it's really cool to have that. It just feels different when it's yours versus when you're renting. So I'll be able to set the shop up how I want, the house, everything. And like I said, we've been renting a house from a family member for a while too, so even the house that we've been living in the last year or two has been like just like soul killing, because it just doesn't feel like it's even yours, you know. And it just, I don't know, it bothers me personally. So obviously we're gonna start by checking out the shop. I'll give you guys a little bit of a view from the road. So yeah, here's the front yard of the house. It's got a little fenced in area. There's a lot of overgrown bushes and stuff over here that we're gonna try to probably clean up eventually. It just sucks because I don't really know a lot of people that, you know, do this kind of stuff or are willing to help. So if anybody's interested in helping along with the process as I move in here and as we get settled in, if anybody's interested in helping out, shoot me an email or something. So the driveway, pretty long driveway. That's what we really missed about our Christine's house that we first bought, is because the driveway I paved the driveway and everything like that, so having a long driveway has been really nice, and the house we've been renting doesn't have that. So yeah, so big driveway, brick house, nice cozy house. Maybe we'll show you guys inside of there in a second. And then we look over here and we have a shop, and then on this side of the house we have a 2-car garage, and then more driveway space over here. That's where I have the S2000 parked right now, and my scooter. We'll check out the shop in a second. I'm just going to do a little walkthrough of the property. It's a super gorgeous backyard, lots of flowers and trees, and just gorgeous back here. It's got this little fireplace that's built in. It's got this little thing, I don't know what that is, if it's like something to plant or whatever. Yeah, and then big tree line pretty much surrounding the entire property, so it feels very secluded. And another thing too is, like, when we were driving by this place, I'm like, man, it's like this little nest egg in town where we live, and it's a little nest egg where I can be secluded and be loud with the dyno and not really affect anybody. So that's another like awesome perk of this property. So yeah, pretty cool little fire pit. I can't wait to have some bonfires out here. The yard is just, it's like a huge selling point to me. It's so awesome. And then back here, behind the shop, there's this little overhang, so I can park cars underneath of it and keep them protected. Shit, I mean, you could probably even put a lift back here if you really wanted to. Another thing with this property that's so cool, I feel like I've been in and out of here and I should have been filming more instead of just like trying to do this one take kind of video, but whatever. You guys will have to let me know. I want to make more videos and just talk as we go along. And there might be a lot of house content coming soon, or shop content, not like necessarily tuning stuff, but yeah, anyways, I got 2 cars parked under here right now, my blue hatch and my sedan, the $800 marketplace sedan, and then I got my S2000 and I have my black hatch still. So those are the cars that I have left. I sold everything else. Yeah, let's keep looking. This is this whole property is so decked out with electrical. There is no shortage of electricity on this property, which is a huge perk. It has 2 meters. Normally, like when you have a house, you just pay like 1 public service bill. But this place has 2. 1 for the shop, 1 for the house. So it's got 200 amp service in the shop, and it's got 100 in the house and 100 in the 2-car garage. So plenty of electricity. So we are going to open the shop door here, and I'm going to show you the shop. It's a 40 by 20 building with, I don't know how high of ceilings, but they're pretty tall. And this shop is pretty big. This shop is plenty big for what I'm gonna need, especially with all the outside parking and stuff that's here. I should be able to put up a hoist and my toolboxes and stuff in here. I don't know what I'm going to do with the walls and stuff like that. I might just leave them, but gotta put something up in here. But this is gonna be my new shop where we're working on cars and doing tuning and everything like that. And yeah, so this is it. This building is not heated, but it is insulated on the roof, and it is sealed like on the floors and stuff like that. So I still have to get a heater for in here. We just moved in yesterday. But yeah, I'm excited to see what we can do with this shop. This will be really cool. I don't know, they had like kayaks or something hanging up over here. with like a little crane system. Yeah, and then there's like, I don't know, shelving and stuff. They left some stuff in here. But yeah, this is just like, there's some shelves and some lights, some old school lights, a fan. I want to update lighting and all that stuff, guys. And you guys know, if you've ever set up a shop before, I'm gonna want to make it cool and make it my own and bright and put a lift in and everything like that. I don't know if I'm gonna be keeping my lift that I have or if I'm just gonna buy a new one. I was considering just buying Amazon lift. I see them on Amazon and they're like pretty cheap, like $2 grand, and they seem to have pretty good reviews. So I'm considering doing something like that. I don't know if I want to take down the lift at my shop or not, or at the other shop, because I kind of might be working something out with Trevor with the dyno hole and whatever if I leave the lift over there. I don't know. I don't know how all that's working. Or I'm gonna go get the lift. There's just so much shit going on. Sorry if y'all are not caught up to speed. Yeah, once again, look at this feed tube. 2-inch feeder coming into this building. Fucking crazy, man. So yeah, no shortage of power. No shortage of power. I don't know what this was for. Traffic control? Something? So yeah, that's the big shop. Super excited to make this my own and get some projects going. But one thing at a time. Gotta move in first and get all my stuff out of the old shop. And I gotta get everything kind of set up. But please leave me a comment down below, guys, if you want me to make videos on setting this place up and maybe get some advice from you guys and maybe some help from you guys on recommendations or whatever. I want to really make this place my own, and I want to take my time with it, and I want to do it right, so I set it up right the first time and not have to, you know, set something up, redo stuff later. I don't want to do that. So yeah, and then here's the 2-car garage. I do have some motorcycles and stuff in here that I brought over. We'll have to go in the house to get the door opener. And the house is really cool. I like this house. It's got a really cozy feel to it. Our house that we've been living in for a while now really feels like a dungeon. This place feels much freer. I don't know how to explain it, but it just feels freer. I also wanted to share too that I found this in the front yard of the house, and it's not like a page out of the Bible or anything like that, but it is a page out of some book, I don't know, and it's got a bunch of prayers on it, and I think I'm going to read one of these each video until I'm over with it. And if I don't do it, you guys should remind me, because I'll probably forget. But I'm going to start this video. Like I said, I found this in the front yard of this house, so I'm gonna like hang this up or something. I'm gonna keep it in the house. I think it'd be kind of cool to do that. So we're gonna read one of the prayers on this piece of paper. It says, "For help in times of temptation. Gracious Savior, how well you understand the temptation that looms before me. For you endured every temptation known to man, yet did not yield to any of it. I ask now that you grant me your strength to resist the forces of sin with which I struggle. Offer to me the way of escape, and give me the courage to walk through it. Turn my weakness into your strength, and help me not to fear, for your grace is my fortress. In your name I pray, Jesus. Amen." I actually read all of these prayers yesterday, and they're good. They're good ones. So yeah, the house, pretty simple house, but it's awesome for us. This is the kitchen. I'm not going to show like all of it, but just kind of give you a little bit of a quick walkthrough. We don't have barely anything here. I just brought like a couch over and stuff like that for the living room. But yeah, the lighting in the background is really kind of weird right now. There we go. But yeah, so like the living room here, just got a couch and stuff. It's got a little Four Seasons room where we can like hang out here. Got a chair out here and stuff like that, but you can see like got a bunch of windows and like it's beautiful out here. So, and there's windows like all over in this house. It's freaking cool. We got a bedroom, and then the other house that we lived in, the one that me and Christine bought together, didn't have a basement. And y'all don't know how small a house is when you don't have storage. Thankfully, this house has a basement. So awesome. Bathroom. Another bedroom. Of course, I had to bring the paragliders over here right away. Just, you know, priorities, right? And I had to bring the S2000 over. The S2000 was the first thing I brought over here. Priorities. And it's pretty cool. It's got this old school half door. When's the last time you all saw one of these? Pretty cool. Pretty cool. That'll be great for Mav so he doesn't try to come running down the basement steps or whatever. But pretty cool. Yeah, and then basement is, you know, just basement stuff. I don't think I really need to show a whole lot of that. It's just house stuff, whatever. The view out the kitchen? Come on. This place is on, it's on quite a bit of land. It feels like I'm out in the middle of the country. It really does. It's awesome, but we're not. It's perfect. It's awesome. I'm so thankful. Praise the Lord, baby. But like I said, had to work my ass off to get to this point. So let's open the door outside. Woohoo! Working garage door. Alright, so back outside. This is the other 2-car garage. I just have like my bikes and stuff in here, my Harley and my MT-07. I got my fast electric scooter over here and my e-bike that me and Mav go take rides with. Still got a couple other things at the other house and the shop and whatever. But I don't know how much shit I'm going to be putting in here right away because I want to, this whole garage is going to be set up for my website. So this is going to be huntertune.com's like headquarters. And we're going to be doing injector flowing in here and like having all the product stock, like the wastegates and blow off valves and fuel rails and all that. I'm going to try to set up in here so we're not doing it, you know, unorganized or whatever. So we're going to try to get all that set up if we get some free time in the near future. But this garage is also the same thing. It's got an insulated ceiling, but it doesn't have anything on the walls. But it does seem pretty sealed up on the bases and stuff like that. And this one has a pellet stove for heating, which is cool. And they gave some pellets with the property. But the big shop doesn't have any heat in it. But I did buy a heater for my last house that I might take out of there and put in the big shop. I just don't know if it's quite big enough to heat that shop. I don't know. So much shit. It's just so cool. I just want to like, it's hard to like film videos with this stuff because I just want to like get back to work and keep moving stuff and whatever. But I really felt I wanted to make a video for you guys for like the first day that we're here. Like I said, we closed yesterday and I brought over some stuff, but today's technically the first whole day that we've had here, and I really wanted to come over here and make a video and give you guys an update because I haven't made a video in a long time, so thank you for being patient and whatever. Yeah, anyways, thanks for watching, guys. This is my new place and we'll give you guys some updates. Let me know what you guys want to see specifically down in the comments. Please give me some recommendations for videos, setting the shop up, putting a lift in, setting up electrical, putting lighting in, whatever. I want to do this and make this place badass. It's already super badass, but we're gonna make it my own. And thank you for watching. Have a great night and a better tomorrow, guys. What a beautiful day here in sunny Wisconsin. Have a great night and a better tomorrow, guys. God bless. See you later.